rock and roll. Stop and think why I love you. Do you ever stop and think why I think of you? It's just because, it's just because, it's just because our love is true. Do you ever stop and think what makes me feel this way? Do you ever stop and think why I love you more each day? It's just because, it's just because, it's just because our love is true. When I'm with you, the things we do mean so very much to me. Do you ever stop and think that our love will end? Is it just a passing phase? No, it will never end. It's just because, it's just because, it's just because our love is true. It's just because, it's just because, it's just because our love is true. Stop and think that our love will end. Is it just a passing phase? No, it will never end. It's just because, it's just because, it's just because our love is true. It's just because our love is true. Okay, there we go. There's Gerry The Pacemakers B-side. As I picked up the single on Sunday for 30p, and it's one of my Gerry gaps. I didn't have this single, and it's B-side of It's Gonna Be Alright, Columbia DB7353. There it is, and it's a non-album track as well. It's pure Gerry B-side there. It's just because, as written by Gerry himself. And there's the single, and I'll go through the chords. Done it in the same key as Gerry. That's D to D major 7, an A minor, that's a D, C, D, E, C, D, E, D, and then again, A minor, D, D major 7, A minor. So you down, you go down there. A, G, E, D. I think I didn't get it right the first time, so I did it twice. And right now, the main thing of the song is to go G quick. You do quick now. G, B, B minor, C and D, and G, B minor, C and D. You ever stop to think? C and D, and G, B minor, C and D, G and B minor, C and D, and G, B minor, C and D, C and then a D, B minor and E minor, C and a D, and then a G, B minor, C and D, G, B minor, C and D, G and B minor, C and D, G, B minor, C and D. Like that. So that's the verse and that's the chorus. C and a D, B minor, E minor, C and then a D, and back to G and B minor, C and D. Right, when you go into the middle 8, you go G, just stay on the G, and then go G7, like they all do, you know. C, when I'm with you, so it goes to E then. C and an E, G and a C, A7, and then we go to D. Well, Gerry doesn't do the F sharp augmented, but you know, if you want to make it more Beatley, which you couldn't get more Beatley, but it's very how do you do it, isn't it, really? You know? Is it just a passing phase? No, it don't never end. C and D, C and a D, B minor and E minor, C and a D, and then a G, B minor, C and D. Right, I mean that's it really. You know, it does a intro, verse, chorus, middle A, verse, chorus, instrumental verse, chorus, then another middle A, then repeating the end, last verse, and then the chorus again. And that's how it ends. So it's just because, it's just because, it's just because all of it's true. And again, oh, and a C, D, and then a J. So that end bit is the B, B on the G. On D, D7, D6 to a G at the very end. There you go, classic 60s Mersey beat B-side. It couldn't get more. It couldn't get more Mersey beat B-side really. There it is, 1964. I walked towards the camera with the single, Rock and Roll.